Hello everyone, Swish Job here. This is another channel update and also the very last of this year since the next 2021 is just round the corner. And but yeah, there is a lot of things has been happening this year, I admit. Anyways, there has been a few news stories I had made over the past few couple of weeks now, and some of them are mostly remakes from stories that have been removed from our channel, but some of them have been put like Luna with Applejack was two parts, but I decided to put them back in one video, and I even added some more details that I forgot to put in the first one, but when I first made it. And I admit it ended well, and I did actually have been worked on some new love stories, but unfortunately they are in audio only. But I will try to focus on new love stories based only as music and text. I know that many wonders like when will the next love story to be with text and music be up? After all, since most of them that I've been posted for the past few weeks or like that have usually been old ones that has been to be remade and or those with audio. Well, first of all, the first utmost reason why I dived into it because when I was sick and when my family was having COVID, which I suspected I didn't expect to happen. Anyways, I didn't have the time to focus on that though because I didn't even know what at the moment when my mom would need my help for something. So that's the reason why I didn't do much as love stories as a text and music. But nevertheless, this next year I will try to focus on doing some other love stories with both text and music. Some of them will be with Spike with Pinkie Pie. That one will be text and music, as the original ones. After all, I had made Spike with Twilight, Rarity, Fluttershy, Applejack, so why not with Pinkie? After all, she's the only last one of them. But there is a lot more other stories that I wanted to do and try to focus on some other last stories I have been trying to focus on. But one of the last stories I had tried to been focus on is in fact Twilight with Fluttershy, a Crystal Girls version that was asked by Travis Bell for a few months ago. I never came across with a major, never came to the moment to fix that or make a story. But I do still have the pictures for the story and still have the part of the storyline that's going to be used for it. But since a lot of things came in between, that story never has been started on. I know there's a lot of many stories that wondered when will my story be made, but you have to consider it, for the past few weeks, things have been a bit of rough time for my family. Despite when having this COVID-19 had taken place and that with Christmas have been happening and soon the New Year's and after that will be a New Year. But I do say your story will be made even if that I even though I had to admit even I forgot to make your story, but the fact is so many people have asked me so many stories for the past few years and even for the past few months also. And including those stories I have in my email, almost like 250 in total, almost. It takes time to choose one story to be taken first place priority. As the last few weeks before, I had been taking the one story as top priority to be the Christmas story that I posted only on 25th. And I even had admits that some of the stories may have been asked in the past may not be able to be made. I mean, not to say that I didn't want to do so, but it's just some of the stories may have been forgotten entirely. After all, as many people have asked me so much of the stories for the past few years, it isn't easy to remember every single one. Trust me, if I had 1,000 stories and trying to remember each single one, not easy. Not as easy as many things. If there was like 10, that would be much easier. 100, perhaps, but 1,000, not as easy as many things. If you have it all written up in a column, maybe. But to remember them by hand, not as easy as that sounds. Trust me, sometimes it's not that easy. And even if I do have other love stories that has, if I want to decide from which story to make, well, sometimes I just do a random story. Even if I had promised to make your story first, but sometimes I just don't feel the right connection or at least a potential storyline for that particular story. But if I do focus on just a random story, easily to think that quickly, just boom, and it happens. But there are some facts that some stories might take some time to be using to make. After all, I have no idea how often this copyright message will appear in my channels, even though I keep checking that every single day. For only past few weeks, there has only been maybe as one or two copyright messages, but in the past, only about sometimes early this year, I had like 40 copyright messages in one single day. And try to remember that I had to save a copy of each single one. And that took time to even make those stories. Sometimes remakes takes the first priority to remake them first, and then against other though has been asked for. Even if that's stories that may have been asked for some time, I'm sorry if I have easily forgot about the story, but you had to realize so many stories have been asked over time, and I sometimes forget about those stories and I put them aside and I go back to that. It takes time. And nevertheless, for my next New Year's resolution, as a New Year's promise, I will try as much as I can to work on new stories that with mostly with text and music, including some stories that have been asked by my subscribers, like Claude the Flareon, who had asked me some Pokemon story based on the stories that he had found. I will try to focus as much on his story as well by next year, since there aren't any much time left of this year, so I will try to focus on some stories that I want to make first. But next year, I promise, I will focus on like 99.9% of my time to log on some of the requests I have been asked, and some of the stories I have put on hold for some time, and even to make them text and music. Even despite that, if only one picture of the couple, I will still try to make it as text and music. Even if that might take some bit more time, despite how much free time I will get, but who knows? That's all I want to say in this channel update. And I do really hope that everyone has a great time, a great New Year's Eve, and even had a great Christmas, despite what is going on in the world. Anyways, once again, thank you and Happy New Year's, everyone, and happy 2021. Thank you.